Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to another episode of SHARKNEWZ, as today there's some interesting updates involving Hasbro's Pulsecon event and the Hasbro 1027 event. Now, at the time of making this video, I don't know if this is 100% true, nor do I know if this is an actual thing given by the Hasbro brand in terms of, you know, Hasbro team doesn't really do updates in terms of these kinds of situations, so I would slightly say take this with a somewhat grain of salt, but at the same time, this kind of makes a little bit sense just because we know that usually like a month in advance, roughly maybe 3 weeks in advance, that the Hasbro team usually starts promoting the Pulsecon event, and then since we're a little bit further away from October, they don't do those updates until a little bit later in the months. But according to a user on X or Twitter, whatever you prefer, goes by the name Troy Collects. Now, this is a very fascinating, interesting scenario because, like I mentioned before, we usually get updates involving Pulsecon and other Hasbro big events like roughly a few weeks in advance. But since we haven't gotten anything just yet, according to Troy Collects on Twitter or X, I'll have the link in the description below if you want to check out all the other comments in the description. But it says this is a big one, and it goes, no Pulsecon. It goes, the teams will be traveling to in-person events to do reveals opposed to doing things at Pulsecon. Hasbro's 1027 event is also up in the air. More details to come. New York Comic-Con, I guess Luca Comic-Con, and gaming and others will have reveals. So this is, again, a very fascinating scenario just because we know that Pulsecon is, you know, a big Hasbro event, right? So it's kind of like I guess you can say it's like the WrestleMania of Hasbro events in terms of new product reveals. Now, this kind of coincides with what PYTHONA, as you can see here, PYTHONA did reposted this tweet, but it also coincides with what he mentioned earlier during San Diego Comic-Con when he mentioned that PYTHONA will be a New York City Comic-Con reveal and pre-order, as well as a MCM London Comic-Con pre-order with limited stock on Hasbro Pulse. Now, usually it seems more fitting that PYTHONA would have been a Hasbro Pulse, like a Pulsecon reveal or a 1027 reveal, and this could very much be the same situation. Like maybe she could still be revealed at Pulsecon if we do get one, because again, we're not too sure if this is 100% true. But the fact that we haven't seen anything about this just yet is, again, it's very, I don't want to say it's like not too much of a big deal, but it's also not too surprising because we know Hasbro has been going through some hurdles and loops in the past year or maybe year and a half involving like live events, so we're not too sure what's happening. However, there's another user down here that says, goes by the name Thundercracker with Shades. They respond to it, the tweet stating no Pulsecon at all, or just no Marvel Legends reveals at Pulsecon. And according to Troy Collects, he also responded to it saying reveals from all brands will be at different conventions this year. I don't know specifics, but pay attention to cons happening this fall. So the only two cons that we know at the moment, like I said before, is New York City Comic-Con and then MCM London, and maybe, according to his post, also Luca Comic and Gaming event. I don't know about what that is. So then there's also Target's Fall Geek Out event, but that's a different scenario. So let's quickly just go to replies and see what else is here. And no one's really saying anything else. So I find this completely fascinating, bizarre, and interesting at the same time, but we're not too sure what's going to happen. Therefore, again, we know that PYTHONA did posted a while ago saying that, you know, that PYTHONA will be a fall exclusive, but with no information on Pulsecon. And again, we're like, what's today? At the date of making this video, it is August 23rd. So usually I assume Pulsecon is usually around September. So the fact that we don't have anything involving any post yet, because October, again, as we looked at in my live stream, October is really a full month. Let's quickly see if I can pull this up real quick. Yeah, so if we look here, October we have Target's Fall Geek Out event in well, I'm assuming September. Then New York City Comic Con is October 9th through 12th. MCM London is October 24th, and then Hasbro's 1027 event is technically October 27th. But I'm going to assume that Hasbro 1027 might still happen just because we're a little bit further away from October, so we have no official confirmations for that just yet. But Pulsecon, seeing how we're in the last almost a week of August and we're heading into September and we have no announcements just yet. I mean, we still could get one. Again, take this all with a grain of salt, but I found this information quite interesting and quite not so much surprising at the same time, but just, you know, it's just another typical Hasbro thing doing Hasbro stuff. So other than that, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated, and I know this is a bit more of a interesting update involving G.I. Joe Classified, so we'll see what's going to happen then. Otherwise, I would like to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more updates as I will try to provide the best I can. And thank you for supporting the channel, and I will see you all in the next episode. Also, leave it down in the comments below what you think, or share your thoughts below in the comments, and let me know what your thoughts about this is, because if this is true, then that's crazy. If not, then I'll have more updates in the future. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.